What's happening is Kenny Tweed, one half of the Mekanix.
This 4 Racks, the other half, man. You tuning in right now to Gully TV.
Gully TV, man. Tap in.
I'm smiling ear to ear because I'm saying to myself, what if these niggas is the one that was making all them goddamn beats that I was growing up to? Like, that's what I started to speculate and shit. When I started to flip through your material, and then I seen the people who you collaborated with. Yuck Mouth got a way of announcing something spectacular with a very ordinary demeanor and shit. I guess he used to it and shit. So, you know, he kind of just like, you know, I thought he was dumping a little local nigga on me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And he hit me with a home run, man, and I appreciate this, man. So from top to bottom, first off, tell me about the Mekanix. Tell me how y'all came up with the name first.
So I'm one half of the Mekanix. I'm 4 Racks.
I'm Kenny Tweed, the other half of the Mekanix.
We both were into like producing in our own lanes. We both got backgrounds like before the Mekanix, like making music and DJing and hustling, and we both did hella shit before we got to the mechanic point. But there was an artist that came across both our table named IRS. Shout out IRS. And he had a situation where he was doing a project, and that project put us both into contact with each other.
Okay.
And from that project, we produced on it together. And then we kind of individually, and then we kind of went our separate ways. And then Numbskull from the Loonies was putting out a group called the Hitters on the Payroll.
Okay.
And I had did a whole solo album on them called Underground Like Dead People that was like real hot in the streets.
Was that a single, Hitters on the Payroll?
Hitters on the Payroll was an actual song from the Loonies.
Okay.
But it wasn't based on the group.
All right.
It was called Killers on the Payroll.
Got it.
Yeah. It was on, I forget what album. It was on,
Wasn't that on
the
the
second
album?
No, it was on the second Loonies album. Yeah, so the Hitters on the Payroll brought us back together in close proximity, and basically at his studio, his crib.
Got it.
So, and shit, we fucked around and, you know, we remembered each other from the first project.
Yeah.
Man, we started fucking around making some beats at his crib.
All right, when did the monopoly start? Because y'all got this shit sold up. Like, I'm looking, and they won't hesitate to name drop y'all in their songs, too. The MC, that's big love. Like, niggas don't always do that, so I see it's fashionable to flaunt and boast about this Mekanix production and shit. When did y'all establish the monopoly and shit?
So, I kind of was moving behind the scenes in the industry, and bruh had the hood. He was in the streets with the shit.
Okay.
But when we got together, we was able to mix both of them, the streets and the music industry together in a way that married everything, and it was like comfortable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So his spot is High Street. He from High Street, same place where
MC Hammer from. Keep the Sneak grew up over there.
a lot of
people
culture
that passed through there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, over the years.
So when I got over there and I'm peeking, I'm like, oh, this shit is like, cause see, I'm originally from Chicago, but I've been in Oakland long enough to call it home.
Okay.
So I never had the streets. I just had my angles how I was able to fuck with the industry. So when I got with him, I started looking at it like, damn, if we start moving pawns around a little bit and chess piece on the chessboard, this shit could really be something crazy. Right. And that's really what we did. So I started bringing the Loonies to High Street. They was already fucking with Key. Yeah. Bringing Shock G from Recipe Shock G, bringing Shock to High Street. Yeah. And before you know it, you come up High Street and it's Benzes and Cougars and everything sitting outside. It looked like we selling dope.
Right.
But we're not. It's a studio there.
You think it was to your advantage that you was from Chicago to be able to move around and bring these people together?
Definitely it gave me an edge because even with producing, I didn't sound like a lot of the producers around. So they, right off the back, they was like, oh, this cat's different. You know what I mean?
Unorthodox.
It was unorthodox, yeah. So, but I had super love for the sound, all that early Too Short and Bank shit I was sprung on. Yeah. But at that, when I started cooking, I didn't sound like that. I sounded more more along the lines of jazz samples and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like from hip hop. Like I really encompass hip hop, like all the top to the bottom, New York, down south, West Coast, whatever. So, but he sounded like totally like town shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, this is dope. Like I can bring my knowledge of old records and old drum machines, who made this and what drum machine they made that on.
Yeah.
And he had the understanding of all the other side of the elements.
Right.
And we just put them together, bro.
Y'all been to Mekanix since the Ant Bakes era?
No, not that long.
Yeah, kind of though. Ant Banks, when we formed, Ant Banks was still active.
Like he was the man out here.
He was still active. Yeah, Banks was still active in 2000?
Bro, this is 23 years.
This was the end. This was probably like towards the end of Ant Banks' career.
Okay.
Not because it was by choice. He just
Because TWDY was like what, like 96, 97, something
You
like that?
you just filled in a lot of blanks because I was trying to establish a timeline and shit.
Timeline,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So-
this is we established the Mekanix in the year 2020.
Yeah, 2000.
2000, I'm sorry. 2000, that's in 2020.
2000.
2000,
Okay.
yeah, I'm
All right.
perfect.
Boom.
So this is 23 years, bro.
What was the racehorse in 2000? What was the song that sparked it?
It didn't spark in 2000.
Because then we just was cooking.
Y'all had to build it.
We
It
just
was
start
a
cooking.
process. Like it was a struggle. Like we didn't hit the ground running.
Yeah.
It was a struggle because.
So when did the racehorse show up? When did the guy?
When we
Stalin?
when
we grabbed J.Stalin.
That's what started the fire right there.
And he's like, so he's from West Oakland, we from East Oakland.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, musically, West Oakland and East Oakland didn't fuck with each other.
Right.
It was like nobody's doing that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Fab had did a record called New Oakland.
Yeah.
And it was like, I got the North, talking about North Oakland, I got the East Oakland, I got the West. So he kind of had that record, but outside of that, I don't even really remember no records. So we had Styling coming from West Oakland to East Oakland fucking with us in the studio, and he was bringing all this West Oakland niggas. So, that's kind of like...
And a fun fact, we met Stalin
here at this studio.
At the grill.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you gotta like, if niggas don't got respect for you, like that shit could get, you can't control what niggas gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got these West Oakland niggas here, got all these East Oakland niggas, and we mixing niggas up.
Yeah.
And niggas ain't always gonna see eye to eye and wanna fuck with, I don't fuck with them niggas, you know what I'm saying? But we was able to pull it off. And it was peaceful.
Was it a specific song or record that sparked everything with Stalin?
What, Banger Dance?
Banger Dance.
Yeah, Banger Dance.
So we Stalin had gotten to a position where he basically Capitol Records wanted to do a sit down with him. So we all went to LA, sat down with Capitol. They ran through everything we did, loved it.
Like when the hyphy movement started popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they loved what we did, but we didn't have nothing that sounded hyphy.
Yeah.
So they was like, we love this shit. Even the video, we had shot the video.
Yeah.
And they were like, but give us something that sounds kind of like what's on the radio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The tempo wise.
Shit. Yeah.
So
That was the
we
one.
was kind of
Banger
discouraged.
Yeah.
But we said, okay, cool. So we went back to the drawing board and we kind of did I don't want to say our version of it.
Yeah.
We just picked the tempo up.
It wasn't really hyphy. It was just faster.
It's this banger dance. It's talking about dancing with a gun on you.
Right.
Yeah, it's talking about dancing with a gun.
After Stalin, what would y'all consider to be y'all big break? Something to put y'all in the game for real and shit.
Putting out our own projects.
Compilations?
Yeah.
Who was featured on these compilations?
Who was
our
it?
first one, like our first album.
Yeah, I love Bay Area compilations, man. I told you I was a fan of the cell blocks.
Yeah.
Go ahead and run it,
So
man. I want to hear
Our first
it.
album was called Chop Shop 1. So basically with Chop Shop 1, we took songs from artists we had worked with that they had already put out.
Released.
Right.
So we took about 10 songs and then we added probably about 4 or 5 new songs. So that first album it wasn't really a official album.
Yeah, right.
So, but we put out Chop Shop 2 after that, and it was all new shit. We had E40 on there, Mac Dre,
Keek,
Keek,
Stalin.
Filthy Rich,
Everybody.
Stalin, Everybody.
Did y'all
was
work with
popping.
Mac Dre in the studio?
He pulled up on High Street.
Pulled up.
Mm.
We went to his crib too. We went out to Sac,
Yeah,
fuck
we
with
went
him.
to
Yeah,
Sac,
yeah,
fuck with him at his crib.